Hi, it's Leisha Chamberlain, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over some really simple basics of meal planning and prep that I use to save time, to save money, and to stick to my health and fitness goals. I don't know about you, but I tend to gravitate toward what is easiest. So I need to have healthy snacks that are easy to grab and go so that I can succeed toward my goals. And I know you probably do too. So here's a few ways that I do it. I start out with planning each week. I create a simple menu that has a few breakfast ideas, a few lunches ideas, and then my meals for the week, my dinners for the week. By doing this, I have an outline of exactly what I'm going to be eating at least a week ahead. And it makes it much easier to include healthy options that are easy to fix and to just grab and go when I'm ready to eat. Another thing I do is I plan for leftovers. Now, because it's just my husband and I, we usually only do 2 to 3 large dinners a week. And then we break those larger dinners up into smaller portions so that I only have to cook a couple of nights a week. That's been a real lifesaver with our new daughter. And it's a way that we stick to healthy eating and save money, and it just makes everything so much easier. Another thing that I suggest doing is before you go to the grocery store, make your list and then stick to it. I found that if I don't have the unhealthy options in the house, then obviously I'm not going to eat them because they're not there. So if you really want to stick to your health and fitness goals, then I suggest making your plan, making a list, and then sticking to it. When it comes to meal prep, I like to keep that really simple too. I know there are a lot of ways that you can make it a lot more elaborate, portioning things out and separating out each meal, but that's not something that I have chosen to do yet. I might eventually, so if I do, I'll share some of those tips too. But for right now, I like to keep it really simple. I just like to have a few things in the refrigerator all the time that I can just grab and go with to make meals and snacks really easy. So here are a few of those tips. I like to keep at least 2 to 3 primary proteins on hand at all times that are already ready to go. All I have to do is dig in the refrigerator, pull them out, put them with whatever it is that I want to eat them with, and go. So one of my favorites is ground turkey. It's really simple. I get this every week, and I just brown it at the beginning of the week and then just throw it in the refrigerator, and I have it ready to go for salads or as an addition to other vegetables for whenever I am eating a meal. That's a go-to for lunch usually is when I have that. Another option is chicken breast. It's really easy to pre-prep chicken breasts too. You can either boil them, bake them, and just make sure that you add some seasoning to them so they're not so bland that you won't enjoy eating them when it's time. And then I also do hard-boiled eggs. We're big egg eaters in our family, so eggs are a real go-to at any meal, honestly. So having some eggs in the refrigerator that I can just pop out and add again to a salad or as an addition to any other meal is really helpful. And that protein is important because it helps keep me full and satisfied, which is really helpful when I'm nursing my daughter and I need some extra calories because of that. I also like to have veggies prepped and ready to go. These I do at the beginning of the week too, or whenever I go grocery shopping. As soon after I grocery shop as I can, I like to wash and prep everything. So I'll wash all the vegetables, cut them up, put them in containers, toss them in the fridge so that when I need a snack or need an extra as part of one of my meals, I have them, they're ready to go. That's so much easier than having to pull everything out, chop it up, and get it ready to go, and then have my meal. And the other thing I like to do is have some additional snacks on hand all the time that are just really easy to go to too. Fruit is a big one, although I don't eat quite as much fruit as I used to. But bananas and apples are kind of a staple around our house, but there are lots of other options that you can pick from too. Yogurt is another thing I like to have on hand. It's a good protein or filler. And then I also like to make homemade granola to have as a topper for that. And then just nuts and any other snacks that you can just grab and go. So those are my basic tips for meal prep. Like I said, it's not elaborate. It's nothing scientific or crazy. It's something that every woman can do. Moms, wives, just anyone who doesn't have time to sit down and create a meal at any time of the day, which really, who does have the time to do that? So follow along on Facebook or Instagram. I'll share more of my tips there. And if you have specific questions or need just some ideas for meal prep for a certain meal of the day, I'd be happy to help. So send me a message at lcgetsfit@living-contently.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.